In this tutorial, I'll show you how to transfer a timeline from Avid Media Composer into After Effects CS5 using the Boris XML Transfer. Hey, how's it going? Here I am in Avid Media Composer 5.5. Now I've got a timeline here which I want to take into After Effects CS5, and I'm going to do that using the Boris XML Transfer. So you can see I've got a lot of cuts in this timeline. I've got some audio, a lot of transitions, a lot of effects. You can see here I've got a PNG file that has some alpha map on it. So we got transparency. Underneath that we have some footage that's been turned into a subclip, and it even has a time warp effect on it. Yeah, you can see it there, time warp. So we have a lot of native Avid effects in this timeline as well. See a superimposition here, so some 3D warp effects. Also we have a lot of BCC effects, that's Boris Continuum Complete. Here we've used the chroma key to get rid of the sky and put a scary looking Ray man in the background. I guess his name is Raymond, right? So we have some BCC effects applied, and of course lots of different cuts and transitions. So thanks to Footage Firm for the footage, by the way. Getting very good use of it in this timeline. Okay, so this is the timeline. Let's bring it into After Effects. So this is the name of my sequence. I'm going to select that sequence in the bin, right-click, and select Export. Now it's very important that if you're new to Avid or just don't check your settings often, make sure that you are exporting as an AAF file. If you're not, go into your Options menu and select AAF from this window. You want to make sure that you have Include All Video and probably all audio tracks selected, as well as use marks. Why not? Nothing else needs to be selected in these windows. So I'm going to say Save, and just going to select a file location and name for this AAF file. Let's call it Boris AAF XML. Okay, and save. It didn't take any time at all. Wait, there we go. Okay, so now let's go into After Effects and bring in that file by selecting Import Avid AAF via Boris AAF Transfer. Okay, so I'm going to select that file. I saved into a folder here. Also, if you need to unlock the software, down here is the option for that. You can see you have 15 days remaining on this trial. Here's your code to prove that you downloaded it, and you can contact us by going to the purchase store, and we'll take care of it for you. Okay, but anyway, let's get back to actually using it. So I'm going to select the file here. I'm going to see an option screen for the AAF transfer, and this is where I can further customize how the project comes forward. For example, I can replace any missing transitions with a cross dissolve. I'm going to get an HTML log for anything that might not have come across correctly. I can recreate my text here if I so choose, or change the text when it comes in. Layers and tracks options, you can change the color scheme, you can rearrange them, you can make everything a pre-composition, you can change the step order. And over here you probably don't want to change any of these because these are your Avid project settings. So you might want to leave this at automatically choose based on AAF file. And if you have to reconnect any media, we have a special tab at the bottom here for that. Also note that you can reconnect to your MXF and AIF files if that's the format that you want to stay with. That only works for CS5 and later, so if you're not using that, then you'll have to use any file, which works really well no matter what host you're using anyway. That's what I'm going to use here. I'm going to select OK. Just takes a few seconds, and here we are. So I have a folder with the name of the AAF file here. Here's another folder with the name of the sequence, and expanding that, I see all the media, and here's my sequence as a composition. Now, of course, After Effects doesn't let you put two tracks on the same track, so everything's split up into layers. So we have a lot more layers than we had in Avid, but all the effects are still there. All the motion, transitions, audio, everything came forward as it should. You can check the time codes, they'll all match up. Everything is, gonna look the same, it's just in After Effects. So now you can put on your cool 3D cameras and lights and whatever it is you like to do in After Effects. Okay, and that's all I had to show you today. If you liked what you saw here but want to try it out for yourself, you can actually download a free trial version from our website, and that's at borisfx.com.